Hey y'all, it's your buddy Chuck again, and we're back at it on Sunday, May the 4th. Just got to Kingsland. Declined a few terrible Doordash orders, and we finally accepted this one. It's not real great, but I just kind of like where it's going. We're picking up a stack at Stefan's and delivering one of the orders somewhere very close to Stefan's. The other one's going to some apartments just past Walmart. So it's 9 miles of driving, but half of that is just me getting to Stefan's. Whatever. It keeps me around the hot spots. So, what was it, $11.50, I think? $11.75? Can't remember. Not a fantastic order, but might as well get the cash flow going. And we're driving down Scrubby Bluff Road right now, heading to Stefan's.
Put on the ground.
It's on your card right there. Are you
Hey, Andrew and Dave.
Here's Dave, and then Andrew's going to be a couple minutes.
Okay.
For Andrew.
Thank you very much. Have a great day. All right, y'all, we finally got our Stefan's stack picked up. One of the orders was ready to go when we got there, but the other one we had to wait a little while. Anyway, it's a mile and a half from Stefan's to the first drop-off. And then it'll probably be about 4 miles to the second drop-off. All right, Andrew, I appreciate your business. Have a terrific day. All right, y'all, we got Andrew dropped off, even though the GPS steered us wrong a little bit. But cost me about a minute or two. But anyway, now we're on our way to Dave to drop off Dave's order. And we got a Uber Eats order, which we accepted because it fits right in. It's right on the way. We're going just past Walmart into St. Mary's to drop off the second Stefan's order. And then there's a restaurant in St. Mary's called Buenos Dias. And we just accepted an order from there. It's paying $19 and change. Now, it's an order and pay. I'm going to have to place the order and sit there and wait while they prepare it. Pay with my own money, and then Uber will reimburse me. But it's $19. And pay no attention to the miles. I'm still doing the Doordash order, but I'm headed toward the Uber Eats pickup. So this will work out well. This will be $30, $31 on 2 orders. All right, Dave, thanks for your business. Have a wonderful day. All right, y'all, so Buenos Dias restaurant's, a long ways from where I was when I accepted the order. But because I was doing a Doordash order, when we dropped off the second half of the stack, we were 2.6 miles from Buenos Dias restaurant, so this makes it, kind of a normal order. I've already called the restaurant and placed the order. I hope that helps. Anyway, here we go. We're almost there. Thank you, ladies.
You're welcome.
YouTube.
Good morning. How are you?
All right, y'all. We drove 2.5 miles to the restaurant, and then it was 3.5 miles to the customer. So a total of 6 miles for $19. Now, there was a lot of sitting and waiting in the restaurant. I knew there would be, because it was order and pay. And I did call ahead, but only by about probably 3 minutes before I got there. So it was a bit of a wait, but it's $19, so, and change. So we'll have about $31, and it's been right at an hour now. That's good enough. Yep, we've been working just about exactly an hour. Of course, we're not there yet. We're 1.9 miles away, but we'll be there in just a minute. Good morning, buddy. How you doing? Everything going okay?
Yeah, so far.
Good deal. All right.
I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Have a great day. All right, y'all. We got our Buenos Dias dropped off to our customer, Sander. He was standing outside waiting. He was hungry. And as we were driving back down toward town where the restaurants are, we got a $12. Well, first we got a bad order or two, but then we got a $12 Walgreens shopping order on Doordash. We're shopping for a Plan B and a pregnancy test. So the Plan B will be behind the counter, and I think the pregnancy test is way back in the back. That looks like it. All right, y'all, we got our Plan B and our pregnancy test. And we just left Walgreens. What does that say? .6 miles to the customer. I know right where I'm going. Apartment complex up on Coleraine Road. Looks like I might have, well, that complex is numbered weird. Let me see. What apartment? Oh boy. That might be a 3rd floor apartment. $13, $14, $15, $16, $17, $18, $19, $20. Yep. This is probably going to be a 3rd floor apartment. Oh well. And we're delivering this to a dude.
Turn left onto Coleraine Road.
Delivering to William. Leave at my door. Good. All right, William. Thanks for your business. Have a terrific day. All right, y'all. After we dropped off that last
Turn left on Crown
delivery, what was that? The Plan B and the pregnancy test for $12. We first we came back down to where the restaurants are, and we declined a $3.50 stack from Doordash, and then y'all, we just got a $10 1.6 mile McDonald's on Uber Eats. That's crazy. Is that going to be real? We're about to find out. Here we go to Mickey D's, y'all. $10, 1.6 miles. Crazy. All right, y'all, we got our Mickey D's picked up. It was ready to go. It's 1.2 miles to the customer. I don't know if this is where I'm going or not, but there's a gigantic house right down here where, in the direction I'm going, I've delivered there a bunch of times. Obviously, wealthy people live there. I wonder if that's where I'm delivering this. Whatever. It's a fantastic order. At your door. Thanks for your business. Have a wonderful day. All right, y'all. As soon as we dropped off that Uber Eats McDonald's order. Oh, by the way, they tried to add on $6.50 for an additional 6.5 miles, and we declined that. But after we dropped that one off, we got another Uber Eats McDonald's order, $9 for 3 miles. So, I don't know what's going on here. Don't know if we'll get these tips or not. What is this roadie gang? Yeah, Yulee? No thanks. All right, here we go to Mickey D's again, y'all. All right, y'all, so we're, it took forever in McDonald's, but we finally got our $9 3-mile Uber Eats order, and we're 9/10 of a mile away from the drop-off. But as we were driving, DoorDash sends us a $8.50 short distance, I don't remember the miles, but an $8.50 or McDonald's order, and it's going west, and I think I'll just do it and then keep going west and go home. But here's the deal. So I was driving in the opposite direction, driving away from McDonald's at 55 miles an hour on a 5-lane highway. When they send me this offer, they gave me 3 minutes to get to McDonald's. 3 minutes. I was already past McDonald's, heading the opposite direction. That's ridiculous. That's insane. So, if I can't get there, I mean, I'm right here at the drop-off, basically, for this Uber Eats order. If I see that I'm not going to make it there by, less than 10 minutes late, then I'll just unassign the order.
Turn left, then turn left.
All right, Jalen. Thanks for your business. Have a wonderful day. All right, y'all. We made it to Mickey D's 8 minutes late, so we shouldn't get a contract violation. And maybe the food will be ready to go. All right, y'all. We got our Mickey D's picked up. I think this will be the last order of the day, in Kingsland at least. Who knows? Maybe we'll get something in Folkestone. It's 11:30. We've been working 2.5 hours. I have no idea how much money we've made, but it feels like it's been good. We'll add it up in a minute after we drop this off. And we're dropping off right off Clark's Bluff Road, so we'll just take Scrubby Bluff Road home. Good morning, Sherry. I appreciate your business. Hope you have a wonderful Sunday. All right, y'all, that does it for Sunday, May the 4th. Unless we get some action in Folkestone. But I added everything up. We made $70 and some change in 2.5 hours. That's $28 an hour. I thought it felt like a good day. But that's it, y'all. Thanks for riding along with me Thanks for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. I appreciate it. Y'all stay safe out there. We'll see you tomorrow.